how I went from being shy to speaking with confidence. Hello everyone, I hope you're doing very well. Today's video is a little different because I want to talk about something personal. If you met me a few years ago, you probably will not recognize me. This is really actually. I wasn't that kind of people and this kind of person who enjoyed speaking in front of people. I wasn't the first person to start a conversation, of course. I used to overthink almost everything I wanted to say. I worried about making mistakes. I worried about what people would think about me. Sometimes I stayed silent when even I had a good idea, but today things are very, very different. I'm not saying that I'm the most confident person in the world, of course, but actually I still get nervous sometimes. I still make mistakes and like all people. But now I'm comfortable expressing my opinions, talking to new people, and even speaking in another language, like English, because English it's not my mother language, like we say in general. So what changed? First of all, I stopped waiting to become confident. I think many people believe that confidence comes first and actions comes later. For me, it was the opposite. I acted before I felt confident. The first conversations were uncomfortable. The first presentations were stressful and just like horrible. The first English conversations were full of mistakes and grammar like mistakes 100%. But every time I spoke, I became a little better. Confidence wasn't something I found. It was something I built and that I discovered. Another thing that helped me was accepting mistakes. This was one of the hardest lessons for me. When I made a mistake, I used to think about it for hours. I would reply the conversation in my head and wish I had said something differently. Now I see mistakes in a completely different way, in a completely different version actually. Every mistake teaches me something. That's really actually, it's not like a lie, to be honest. Every mistake teaches me something different, something new about life, about like doing conversations and something like that. If I make a grammar mistake in English, I learn from it. If I pronounce a word incorrectly, I remember it better next time, like comfortable. It was like a hard and a challenge to say it. If I don't know how to express an idea, I write it down and learn it later. Mistakes are no longer something I'm afraid of. They're part of my learning process. Another reason I become more confident is that I started learning languages. For example, French. I already studying French like this 10 years in school, but I didn't know any word. Like grammar 0% and like some basic words like bonjour, salut, ça va, et comme ça. Because the education system was like very bad. So learning languages has changed me in ways that I never expected. When you speak another language, you have to accept that you won't sound perfect and all. At first, of course. Sometimes you will forget a word, sometimes you will use the wrong tense, sometimes people won't understand you. So at first that feel embarrassing, like me, of course. So yeah, now I see it as a practice. Every conversation makes me a little stronger. Language learning didn't just improve my communication, it improved my confidence also. I also changed the way I talk to myself. This is something many people don't realize. The voice inside your head matters actually. Very, very important to know that. If you keep saying I'm shy, I'm awkward, I can talk to people, even eventually you'll start like believing those things. I stopped saying those sentences. Instead, I started saying I'm improving. Every conversation teaches me something different, something new, something that can affect my life in a positive way. So I don't need to be perfect. That small change had a big impact. I also realized something important. I noticed that most people are thinking about themselves, and one day you will look back and realize that the things that once scared you have become normal. So, yeah, confidence isn't something you're born with. It is something you build one conversation at a time. So, thank you so much for watching this video. And if you enjoy it, I'd love to know your story. So, yeah, tell me your story if you want, of course. Have you always been confident, or are you still working on it? So, let me know in the comments. See you then in the next video. So yeah, and guys, please, if you have any idea for the next video, tell me in the comments. And I really hope that that video is better than the others, so I can get more subscribers.